Welcome, beautiful people. I'm your host, Lenny Harold, and you are now listening to Cosmic Radio. Welcome. Thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of Cosmic Radio. Let's just jump right into it. So I have been challenging myself as of late to listen to people whose opinions I don't agree with, or whose viewpoints I don't agree with, or even down to whose actions I don't agree with. I'm on this thing of understanding people's perspectives and seeing where they come from. We live right now in a culture where everybody sees one sound clip or audio clip or video clip and they hang on just that one statement. But there might have been a reason on why they thought the way that they did if we would have continued to listen to the clip, if we would have continued to listen to the clip. I don't want to get caught up in everybody else's opinions becoming my own opinion. Then I lose the ability to be able to think for myself. And I'm making sure that I'm thinking for myself. And I think we are in this time where social media has really damaged our society to the point where everybody just wants to be heard. We're on a device constantly where it's just one-sided. You don't have to hear from the other person. You don't need to create any type of dialogue. You just got to talk. You just have to be heard. That's it. And so because of that, I think that subconsciously in everything that we as people do that are engrossed in social media, we only have our side of everything that wants to be seen and wants to be heard. And we don't listen right now. We have such a problem with listening. We will hang on something that rubs us the wrong way in somebody's statement. And instead of just fully listening to them, we will only hang on to that. And the rest of it turns into wah, 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 wah. And then once that person gets finished talking, we will attack them for that one thing that they said. But everything else following may have given you a reason on why they thought the way that they did, or why their opinion is that. When you're able to hear the whole thought, you're now able to give a proper response. And right now, we don't give any of that. Everybody, and I think the rise, I should say, of cancel culture has been dangerous too, because we keep people in their mistakes and we don't allow people to grow either. Yeah, should people be held accountable for some of the things they say and some of the things that they do? Yes. But not everything deserves a canceling. Sometimes things deserve, okay, you need to have somebody talk to you. You need to gain some understanding. Let's not cancel you. Let's help you grow your thinking. Let's change that perspective for you. Let's give you another way to see this. We're not in this culture of helping each other. We're so quick to just say, cancel that person because now that person is out of the way and somebody else can take their spot. And my heart goes out to the way we're moving right now as a society, as a people, as humans. We are allowing so much to distract us and so much to erase our empathy towards people. And we are so quick to judgment. We are so quick to try to be the first comment on a post that folks don't agree with, or is going to be controversial, instead of trying to understand folks. So I was reading something. I have been off my game, but as of late, recently I've gotten back into my daily laws, and this is a book written by Robert Greene. He has a bunch of different books that he has written. But this one is called The Daily Laws. It's 366 meditations on power, seduction, mastery, strategy, and human nature. Um, it's dope. It's dope. There's something to read every single day. I missed a few months. Not gonna lie, I was on it real hard. Got distracted with a whole bunch of stuff when I was releasing the project. I just got off my game and I got distracted. But I was like, should I go back and do those lessons? And then I was like, you know what? No, I am going to start on the day that I need to start. So as of late, I think it's been, I don't want to lie, but I think it's been just a few days, maybe a week, might be something to that. And so I'm getting back into this. And on this particular day, it is written in here, see beyond the moment. And I'm going to read this for you guys because I think that this is something that it challenged me. It challenged me. So, see beyond the moment. We humans tend to live in the moment. It is the animal part of our nature. We respond first and foremost to what we see and hear, to what is most dramatic in an event. But we are not merely animals tied to this present. Human reality encompasses the past. Every event is connected to something that happened before in an endless chain of historical causation. Any present problem has deep roots in the past. It also encompasses the future. Whatever we do has consequences that stretch far into the years to come. When we limit our thinking to what our senses provide, to what is immediate, we descend to the pure animal level in which our reasoning powers are neutralized. We are no longer aware of why or how things come about. We imagine that some successful scheme that has lasted a few months can only get better. We no longer give thought to the possible consequences of anything we set in motion. We react to what is given in that moment based on only a small piece of the puzzle. Salesmen and demagogues play on this weakness in human nature to con us with the prospect of easy gains and instant gratification. Our only antidote is to train ourselves to continually detach from the immediate rush of events and elevate our perspective. I read that and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm already in this mindset. And what was funny was when you're going through meditation and practicing a form of Zen, everybody wants you to stay in the moment or be aware of the moment. And so when this first statement was, we humans tend to live in the moment, I immediately was like, no, we don't really live in the moment. Like, that's wrong, blah, 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 blah. And I started and I was like, whoa, 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 whoa. Wait, Lenny, that's not, you reacted. Listen to the passage first. Read it completely before you jump to a conclusion. And after I read it, I was like, wow, this actually makes a little bit more sense. We do gravitate to certain things in just that moment, and we will hold on to it without having full understanding. And reacting to that is kind of an animal nature. You know, we see it, it's like danger. It's like, oh snap, there's a lion coming, I'm just gonna run. But that lion is already finished eating because he made a kill over there and he's full. He ain't worried about you now. But we didn't stop to see what was behind him, what he's walking from. We just saw that there was a lion, so we just took off. You know what I mean? So this got me to thinking. And so in the daily laws, they give you a daily law to kind of meditate on, right? So this says, instead of merely reacting, step back and look at the wider context. Consider the ramifications of any action you take. Realize that it is often better to do nothing, to not react, to let time go by and see what it reveals. And I just started thinking, I was like, okay, this is really, when it comes to us as a people and as human beings, leaning strongly towards not listening to each other, and not having proper dialogue, we need to sit still and we need to analyze ourselves. And I would encourage everyone out there to stop and listen. And like I said, I've been listening to people that I don't agree with on purpose. There's a few people, podcasts, that I found on YouTube, that I found on Spotify. And these people have strong opinions about a bunch of different things, from racism to the economy to all kinds of different things. But I want to hear what they have to say. It's the only way to create proper dialogue and to understand people and see where they're coming from. And sometimes their thoughts aren't even a thought that they came up with. It just comes from past experiences, or um, what they've grown into, or what they've been taught a lot of times. So with that, we have to have an understanding, and we almost have to have, well, we definitely have to have patience, but we have to have empathy for people at times. But we never know what the reasonings are if we don't give them an opportunity to talk. We don't believe in dialogue right now. We don't believe in dialogue. Everybody just wants to be heard. So I would encourage everyone listening to just, the next time you're in a conversation, stop yourself. Are you really listening? Are you listening to respond, or are you listening to react? And if there's something that you don't agree with, hear that person out completely, because you might actually agree with their ending point, but the way they got to their ending point just distracted you a little bit, because maybe they had an issue or a little complication with explaining or detailing what they really, really meant. So it's going to take them a minute to get to their final conclusion. But then once you hear that final conclusion, now you're better prepared, and you're better equipped to make an assessment on how to respond. I just think we need to listen. I really do. I think we need to listen. I think we need to listen more. So I encourage you guys to do that this week. I love you guys. Again, the book is called The Daily Laws. It's written by Robert Greene. It's really, really amazing. It's 366 meditations on power, seduction, mastery, strategy, and human nature. And it's just a lot of different things that he has gained awareness of over time. So it's a little bit of all of those books, because he has a book on power, seduction, mastery, strategy, and human nature. And so this is just a combination of all of those series, and um, things to think about, meditations, things to reflect on, things to um, gain some self-awareness. So it's a really, really cool read. I thank Toy for putting me onto this, Toy and Irvin. Truly appreciate them for doing this, because this book has definitely been something that helps me challenge myself and my thinking. And I like that. I want to be challenged. I want to, because my opinion is just my opinion. You don't learn until you know something else. So, and I can't, and right now we live in this algorithm type of world anyway. Like, you're only being thrown stuff that you agree with. And so it makes you really, really, really strong and steadfast in your opinion. And then when somebody else comes along that does not have that same opinion, you immediately attack them, because now you feel so empowered, because you think the rest of the world and the masses are thinking the way that you are. And it's like, no, baby, no, baby, no, baby, no, baby. That's the algorithm talking to you, making you think that everybody is coming your way with this same opinion. But these other people, they're making sure that that's the only thing you see. So you're put into this group to help you be social in this particular community. It's no longer like school. In school, we had the option of everybody when there were no phones. You know what I mean? You could try to relate to everybody. And sometimes you might be sitting in math class and there's some type of math assignment, and you're partnered with somebody that you don't even like. It might be the captain of the football team and you might be one of the arts kids, and you would never work together. But then all of a sudden you find some type of common interest between the two. And now all of a sudden there's a friendship, there's a dialogue that has created. But on the outside of that, if that opportunity was never given to you, you would only judge that person by the appearance, by what everybody else has experienced from that person, or just what you see on the outer shell, and you're going, oh, that I would never be able to relate to that person. But you never know, that captain of that football team might be an artsy kid, you know what I mean? But his family, his father and his mom may not agree with him going into the arts and wants him to do something that was more athletic. You never know. You never know. And we've lost this ability to come out of our comfort zones. And then that leads to a whole other topic of sensitivity, this lack of thick skin, and everyone wanting to be catered to. But that's a whole nother subject that we will get to in another podcast. But right now, I encourage you to listen, get into a zone, find something online, find a community online that you might not agree with, join that community. Or even if it's, a podcast of somebody's opinion that you usually do not agree with, listen to them. You never know what type of dialogue. There's, like I said, I've been listening to this one woman online. I always mess up her name, so I'm not going to say her name, but I'll tag her channel down below. It's a different way of thinking. Sometimes she's a little aggressive in her thoughts, and in her opinions and in her views. But at the same time, a lot of the stuff, once you get past all of the layers, you're like, oh, she kind of has a point. Now, do I agree with everything? No, I'm not supposed to. But it's helping me think in a different way. It's expanding my thinking because it's not how I think. And it's not constantly me being swarmed with the same opinion. So I'm not going to repeat myself again, but you guys get it. Thanks for tuning in to Cosmic Radio. Make sure to like, follow, and subscribe. Share it out too as well. If there's something that was good and edifying in this, share it out. That's what I'm talking about. Let's make it big. Let's get everybody in a different way of thinking. Let's get everybody on a higher frequency. You know what I mean? All right. Until next time, move in love, share your light, and be on purpose. I love y'all. Hug somebody.